Sorry about that, Santee, Tony, Xenia. I don't know what the hell just happened. I got to back out of here on my main screen now and see. Um, I don't even know what to. I don't even know what. Am I live? Am I. Okay, it looks like I might actually be live. I think. Maybe. I don't bloody know. Um, Morning, car. Yeah, I had another stream, and when I went to start it, all of a sudden it it went to my screencast. It went to this. It done that. It done, and I I I didn't even shut the stream down. It shut itself down. So yeah, it's some kind of effed up something this morning already. Just what I need for a Friday. Just what I need for after the week I've had. Morning, C4. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. I've never seen that before. I've literally never seen that before. It's I don't know if it was a glitch in their system or what it was, but I, I I went in like normal and I hit go live, and all of a sudden the whole screen condensed. I had a little teeny tiny round picture of me in the corner, and it was casting my phone screen on the. I'm like, this thing has screencast capability. That's not showing anywhere. So yeah, I got every day, man. Every day they try something new, and they don't tell you, so you have no way to prepare for it or safeguard against it. Or good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. Yeah, we had Tony York, we had Santee from Arizona Ghost Riders, we had Xenia from Xenia Vibes from out in Joyzy. They were all over there. And, oh wow, go figure. Oh God. Well, I mean, I guess if it can't possibly, or I guess if it can possibly go wrong, um, then it's going to happen to me, and it's going to happen on a Friday. So I mean, I loved the video from yesterday. The video from yesterday. Let me see here. That was This Is History. I'm sorry. Let me. This is history. Just wait. I've got some good ones coming up. Um, on Sunday we have Forgotten Beauties from Entertainment's Past. It's a awesome little collection of like 35, 36 pictures of stage and screen actresses from anywhere between the late 1870s and the extremely, early 19, 1940s, mid 1940s, right around in there. So, and then the one I got coming out on Tuesday, that's going to be the fun one. especially for anybody who's young, anybody who likes to get into um, video games, things like that. Um, Especially video games with hooded characters jumping out of buildings and landing in hay bales like 10 stories down. You know, the kind of guys that run through crowds in costumes and, you know, assassinate high ranking officials and things like that. I'm not going to mention any names right now, but let's just say that there is more than just a shred of real history in that game. So, kids don't know it, but they're being fed a little bit of history while they're sitting there playing games, and I think it's, you know, I think it's kind of cool. The sun's coming out. We're losing the sweater already, guys. Sun's coming out. It's starting to warm up in here already. Maybe we'll actually get past that 41 they're forecasting for today. Yeah, look at that big belly. Look at that big belly on the screen. Jelly roll. Look at that. Hope all is doing well. Car, man, it's been a hell of a week. I mean, it's had its ups and downs. More ups than downs. I mean, don't get me wrong. More ups and downs. It looks like the pizza shop may be a go. I found somebody interested in, you know, purchasing the building and setting it up and stuff like that. So we've been running around and looking for equipment and stuff like that, you know, of course. And there's something on the Sunday video about it. But, and I don't want to go into a lot of detail because I've actually had a day that I've not broke down like a little kid and cried over it. We had to put down little Kenny Cat day before yesterday. He had the seizure, and he could, when he lifted his head, he could barely open his eyes and stuff. So that was a rip in the gut for all of us here, because he was about that big when we first found him and let him come in the house 2 winters ago, so he didn't freeze to death. And he was never an outside kitty. He was a he was definitely a born and bred inside kitty, but he was born outside. And it's been really rough, because I mean, we've had those highs, and I had to work the other day, so the wife had to take him out and get the IV put in him and sit there and hold him when he fell asleep. And it's been a rough couple days. Let's just put it that way. Hey Sarah, good to see you. Well, he had that seizure the other day, and he couldn't lift his head hardly at all. It just shook. So we took him. We spent money we didn't have, so now bills are going to have to suffer because of it. But I couldn't see her cousin coming and doing it. So we paid the $75 and took him out and had the little IV put in him. And the wife said he took about 3 breaths. Damn it. Said he took about 3 breaths and closed his eyes. She wrapped him in his little blanket and put him in the box and put his little toys next to him. And I had already dug the hole that morning before I went to work. And she buried him. And I made him a little cross, so we're actually going to screw it to the side of the house right above his grave. And yeah, but so is life, I guess. Hey, Justin, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. Oh man, but yeah, it's like I said, it's been an up and down kind of week, and but I mean, the upside. It looks like Papaw's Pizza is finally gonna become something. I found an investor, and he's interested in firing it up and sharing the profits, letting me run it, pretty much do with it what I want. He was very impressed, I guess, with our conversation at the bar the other day. Hey, Templar, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing all right this morning. Happy Friday to you. Thank you, Car. The really disturbing thing, and it's one of the things I've really had to fight hard with, trying to. He hated to go into a street. He hated to cross roads. He hated the feel of the pavement on his feet. He wanted carpet. He didn't really even want grass, but he wanted carpet. And the vet said that by the looks of things, he probably was hit by a car, um, and had blood clots, and that's what caused the seizures and stuff. But the thing about it is, for him to be hit by a car, that would mean they would have to drive up on our curb lawn to hit him, because he never crossed the road. He would go, even if he's chasing a squirrel or something, he would run out to the road, and he'd stop. The squirrel would go on, run across the road to the neighbor's yard. He'd stop. He hated it, which means they had to drive up in the grass to hit him. That's the hardest part. What's the name of the pizza place? The name of the pizza place is going to be Papaw's Pizza. Let me pull you up a real quick picture of our logo. Oh crap, it's not in there. Susan, I didn't save it. Let me see here. Okay, now it's saved. So we'll go back to gallery. Now y'all tell me that don't look like me. You tell me that don't look like me right there. Bald head, big shaggy white goatee. I thought the name was going to be Pepperoni Face. Nope, we're going to call it Papaw's Pizza. And I'll tell you what, some of the stuff that I have got planned for this place, it's going to be a four oven operation, two large ovens, two small ovens, and we are planning on starting off just doing pickup and delivery. If things go well, by the end of summer, early spring, we're talking about moving in a few tables into the dining room, and actually having a small pizza buffet. Probably only four or five types of pizza. Of course, salad, breadsticks, things of that sort. But outside dining, we have a large sidewalk area in the front where we can put three or four tables at. And then in the back, there's actually a patio that we can have outside dining in. Let me see what else. Geez, Pete. Decent sized parking area. So of course you guys know that I fiddle in different things. So one of which being the whole Ghostbuster thing. So I'm thinking Halloween with the Ghostbusters, stuff like that, where they get the some of the guys here in Michigan from either the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition or Kalamazoo Ghostbusters bring their cars out, put on their outfits, even use the projector to make the front of the pizza place look like the firehouse or something like that. So, just different ideas. Great big pizza parties, and we're talking about putting up outside tents. He's dreaming big. I'm dreaming cost efficient, but he's dreaming big. But I figure it's his money. I'm gonna let him do with it what he wants, as long as I get a paycheck and I can pay the lease on the place from him, and I can pay the mortgage payment here. I'm happy. I mean, right now he's talking about tripling my annual income. So, for those of you that don't know, I don't even make $10,000 a year, which is why I still do things like this. Here, hold on, let me see. Can I do this? Yep, there it is. That's why I still put up the donation thing, because I don't even make $10,000 a year, guys. So that's how low paid and how low respected I am, being the only certified cook that they have there. I might be the only certified cook in town. I don't know. Well, no, I'm sure the Greeks are the people doing Broadway Cafe, just south and across the street from the bar. Um, as long they've been in the business for over 50 years, so I'm sure that either the owners or the kids, because it's a family run operation. So I'm sure one or more of them are certified, but I'm the only certified pizza chef in this town. Looks like one of your dreams are coming true. About bloody time. I mean, at least now I have a few years I can still enjoy it before I have a heart attack and fall in the pizza oven and they find me at closing time. People get stuck in washing machines. People get stuck under beds. Why can't I get stuck in a pizza oven? See, the really sad thing is, um, let me think. Today is the first. Today is March 1st. Here in just a couple weeks is the Kalamazoo Living History Trade Show, and they have a lot of really nice knife vendors and stuff up there. And I was hoping that I would have the money by the time it came around that I could get a nice set of Damascus chef's knives. You know, I want to be able to give people the best, and the quality of knife that the chef uses is important. I was really hoping that when the Living History Trade Show came up that I could pick up a nice set of Damascus kitchen knives, chef's knives. But yeah, I'm not gonna have the money for it. So no, let get your other dream come true. Let's get the Playboy Bunnies come to your shop. I'd be happy with the Playboy Bunnies or the Swedish Slim Team or something like that. I mean, whatever draws a crowd, man. Whatever draws a crowd. Let me see. Hey, Tony, I'm glad you followed the breadcrumbs, man. Found your way here. I don't know what happened with that other stream. I have absolutely no clue. I went to turn it on, and for some reason, it automatically started screencasting my phone, and it, I couldn't get it to stop. It was. I have no clue. I was a little teeny tiny circle down in the lower left hand corner, or lower right hand corner, and it just I just don't. The only way I could get it to stop was to shut it down and start this one up real quick. I feel you. I just now took my kids on a vacation this year. My son is 7. My daughter is 10. When I visit the state again, I want to try your pizza. Anytime, Car. Anytime. Your family, dude. You come down there, hang out for the day. I'll sit. So, I mean, the kitchen is like right there. There's like a real short counter. And, you can sit right there and yell back and forth all day long. I don't care. I'll just keep feeding you. Breadsticks, cheesy bread, pizza, whatever the hell you want. Oh, I was there last year. But yeah, getting back to your vacation thing, Sarah, we've never taken a vacation. I have not been on a vacation, literally, in 43 years. I was 12 years old last time I took a vacation with family. And she's never been on a vacation. It's always been trips to see family. Go to Maine, back to Michigan. Go to Maine, back to Michigan. She's never seen the mountains. She's never seen the ocean. She's never seen the desert. She's never seen anything. So, I mean, that's like a big goal of mine, is to take Steph and Ash on their first vacation. While I'm still young enough to enjoy it with them, instead of, like our honeymoon when I was, days away from dying, and, me wanting to just lay in the hotel room and sleep for the 3 days we were in Chicago. So, all right, let me get here. I wasn't here, so the world tried to stop. Yeah, you know how that is, Tony. They had me yesterday, man. FedEx had me yesterday. I was off yesterday, so I did nothing but work on videos. I knocked out 2 videos yesterday, and because the wife slept all day and I had nothing better to do. But I was walking out of the studio, heading to the kitchen to grab lunch, and a FedEx truck was sitting out front in front of the house, and I stood there and I watched him, and I'm like, oh, 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 come on, come on, 3 foot package, 3 foot package, 3 foot package, and the dude got out with a little box and come across the curb lawn, grabbed the handrail, and looked at the box, and he's turned around and walked across the street and threw it on their porch across the street. I'm like, mother, frickin', frickin'. I know you told me. I know you told me you'd let me know, but it was really funny because we never get FedEx deliveries. So when that truck pulled up out front, I was like, yes, yes, it's the week is going to end on a high note. And then he turned around and took it over to Sarah's place across the street over here. And I'm like, mother pus bucket. So, and then I actually told myself, well, I never heard from Tony, so I mean, I should have known better. My neighbors are using my internet, and I want to change my password because it's not fair that I have to pay for their internet. But I'm afraid that her boyfriend would say or do something mean. Um, lie, lie. It's not your fault. I don't know what happened to the internet. We've not had internet either. I have no, the internet here in the house is real splotchy. I have absolutely no clue what's going on. I'm sorry that you lost internet. You're always one heartbeat from death. Not anymore, bud. Not anymore. I feel absolutely freaking amazing. Change passwords, cure the line. You don't owe other people. That's true. Hey, Freedom, good to see you, hon. I've told you that I will tell you on a ship. You say about forgot. Um, okay, Freedom. I will if they say anything to me. I'll just ignore them. Thanks for help. I'm in and out at work, but hello, one and all. Glad you're here, Templar. Even if you're in and out, glad you're here. Doing well, Tony. Hope you are too. Hope to catch Townsend later. I'll be at work. Yeah, I'll be at work. It's actually going to be a very long day today. They messed up the order yesterday, so I've got to stay there until the. Who the hell just come up our driveway? So I got to stay there until the order people representative brings the right stuff and then takes the other stuff back. Well, planned what's that time? Great ladies. It is the meteorological first day of spring. Yes. Good morning. Making my rounds this morning, trying to watch everyone. Good morning, Masha. Good to see you. Got a bunch of antennas to get done. Damn it. Antenna, whatever. I understood you. Glad to see you're okay with tornadoes, Drew. Oh no, we didn't even have any tornadoes up here. The closest, because I was watching the storm chasers on here all all evening the other night, and they were watching a funnel southwest of me, south. Well, it was actually just a hair southeast of Chicago, but it was probably 30 or 40 miles south of Chicago and right by the Indiana line. And so, a good ways away from me. We had good thunderstorms. We had beautiful lightning all around us, hardly any thunder. But it was what happened the other morning, that sucked. And that was waking up, and there was no snow. It was chilly, but there was no snow. And then all of a sudden the temperature bottomed out, and we had like an inch of snow in an hour. So that kind of sucked butt just a little bit, but happens. What do you do? Um, they do drugs, don't work, so therefore I feel like it's not my responsibility, but they also scare me because of their lifestyle. Buy a gun. You've been told this before. Buy a gun. Finally feeling a tad better. We'll be live at noon today. I will be at work at noon today, or I'd certainly watch. That's what the cops are for, or report to landlord, renting agency. Unless they're a lie, change password, then say it is shut off because you couldn't afford it. That's what I'd do. I hate to suggest lying. Oh, that shit was meant to be shit. That shit was meant to be shut. Yeah, shit it off. Lying is more self-preservation at times. This sounds like one of those times. Yeah, yeah. Me, not you. Good morning. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good this morning, my friend. I know of a gun. It's a kick-ass gun. I bet it is. I know a few dozen guns. Whoa, typos about Tony. It helps the fingers operate at a more efficient state than yeah, I can't believe the wildfires in Texas. I mean, not just I feel so sorry for the folks in the Panhandle and stuff, man. That's some beautiful land up there. No, my hands are cold. You know, during the winter months when I'm sitting in here because I keep the window open because it's so freaking hot in this house. Um, if the wind is coming from the south, it shoots right up the drive and comes in that window and blows directly on me. And I have come to find that this is one of the greatest hand warmers that I have ever found. I mean, don't get me wrong. This little coffee pot don't get near as hot as the old percolator did, but still makes coffee cup hot. Why bother? It'll be beautiful again. Those fires in Texas seem very convenient considering Texas was trying to stop immigration and lost the Supreme Court. Now fires supposedly wild. Yeah, and I would almost assume, we all know what assume means, but I would almost assume that that the fires would have something to do with that as well. But you're talking southwestern border of Texas, northernmost point of Texas. Now, I don't know if you guys have looked at a map or anything, but you could literally fit almost 10 Michigans into Texas. So that what we're going to say that 900 miles between the border and the Panhandle. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that they are um, as non-accidental as some people. They are on the wrong end of, yeah, on the wrong end to stop illegals. Although a few planes with napalm, uh-huh. Assumption is the mother of all cups. Yep. 14 hours to drive across. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I left when I started doing the living history events and the gun shoots and stuff down in Texas. Um, it took me 9 hours, 8.5 hours to drive from Houston, Texas, well, east of Houston, to Sterling, Texas, in Sterling County. And then I think I spent 5 hours, maybe, driving from Sterling to Wichita Falls. So, yeah, direct energy weapons. What happened to Hawaii? Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Those who may not want to risk meeting the Texas court system. Assumptions are why we get screwed. It's true. Uh huh. Uh huh. Might be talking at cross purpose here. Hasn't the government learned DMZ are usually worthless? But yeah, like I was saying earlier, guys and gals, here in just a couple weeks is the Kalamazoo Living History Trade Show. There are knife smiths up there that make um, custom chef's knives, custom cooking knives, and stuff like that. And I was really hoping, especially now that it looks like Papaw's Pizza is going to be a go. I did find an investor. He's willing to buy the building, lease it to me, and then we just kind of share the profits um, for a year or whatever. But hey, John, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well this morning. But being who I am and stuff like that, I really honestly, I think a set of Damascus chef's knives would be very, very cool to use there at the restaurant. So, and even if they're not Damascus, just real carbon steel, professionally made knives with antler handles. I'm if I'm actually set up the cameras in the restaurant like I want to do, where you guys can, get onto the other channel that I'm going to set up, the Papal's Pizza channel, and watch me cook. You're seeing me sitting there swinging my knives and stuff, and chopping and preparing everything. So, and I might accidentally slip up on occasion and put out a trade secret on the flavor. And actually, the wife is talking about starting to experiment with different pizza doughs to find that one little kick that nobody else does. But I've spent a lot of time um, researching. I actually, for those of you that have Roku TV, on the Roku channel, um, they have a show called The Pizza Show. And it's a guy from Brooklyn that travels around the world checking out these different pizza places and things like that. And I just found out yesterday that 61% of dine out customers is pizza sales. So, it is a $7 billion a year in America alone, $7 billion a year market. So, and they were talking about the fact that these little mom and pop shops, like I will have mom and papaw shops, actually do better business than the big four: Pizza Hut, Noble Romans, Little Caesars, and Papa John's. So, see here, when do you open? We don't know yet. We're still in the beginning stages. We've only been talking for a couple of days, but he's already met with the realtor. And like I said, we spent the day yesterday messaging and talking back and forth, looking for the best deals on equipment and everything else. So, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. If you need some weed butter. Actually, to be completely honest with you, we were discussing getting a hold of the dispensaries here and getting some kind of a partnership where they will advertise for us and we'll advertise for them. That way they sell the product and we sell the munchies. So, I hate replacing. Were you hunting or just driving? I hate replacing front end and sake deer wanting to play on the roads. How many have you hunted? Got a lot of racks. I told deer stay off the roads. I won't drive through the forest or replace mushrooms with magic mushrooms. Makes sense. Me and the kids eat pizza every Friday. You'd be amazed how many people come in the restaurant that eat pizza every day for lunch. Or whenever they go out, they don't go out and have the things that they make at home. They come out and they get fresh made pizza or whatever the case may be. I don't do racks. 4 is the number though. My girlfriend's father makes great deer jerky. Oh my God, I love deer jerky. Deer jerky and venison summer sausage with pepper jack cheese in it. Oh my God, that is my favorite. That is the one thing I miss about my ex-girlfriend and her grandpa, is he would take all of his scrap meat and he'd probably have 10 or 12 rolls of summer sausage and pepper jack cheese, venison summer sausage, pepper jack cheese made, and I always took 2 or 3 of them. So, only lasted me about 2 weeks, but still, because it was my go-to snack. I only eat pizza once every 2 months because I used to work at Pizza Hut, and pizza has never been the same since. I worked at Pizza Hut too, man. I've managed a Pizza Hut, and I've worked as a pizza builder, and we'll just say the things I do with my pies, none of the big four do. So let me think. That's Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, and Noble Romans. Domino's. I'm sorry, not Noble Romans, Domino's. None of them do to their pizzas what I do. Is it going to be brick oven pizza? I'm going to have outside brick ovens for the big parties, but inside, because of ventilation and cost efficiency, I'm going to run electric ovens inside. But outside, I'm actually going to do the big brick oven Fire ovens, yeah. Totaled 2 vehicles thanks to deer. Once I found out not chase deer, shoot game, gave me issues. Gone. Makes sense. Less chemicals pumping when they pass to process deer. I tend to mix most of the fattiest ground beef I can get and tried it with sweet. Didn't care for it. This pizza delight was the best. Fat tastes good. Little Caesars is like cardboard. I and it's funny because I was actually watching an episode of the Pizza Show last night on Roku channel, and the host had got 3 Italian friends of his, which he also is Italian, and then he brought in his grandmother, and they ordered pizza from the Big Four, and he took a bite of the Little Caesars pizza, and he's like, excuse me, excuse me. Oh, I, I, I looked at the wife, and after the many, many years that she handmade dough and managed and tried to change the recipe a little bit for the Little Caesars pizzas where she worked at. And she said that just based on the product alone, regardless of what you do to it, regardless of what seasonings you put in it or try to change, it still tastes like shit. So, Papa John's is probably my favorite. My kids love Little Caesars the best. See, I like Papa John's. I like Papa John's, and I try to keep my dough as good as Papa's does. Depending on the customer, I even hand roll the crust for them, or I'll stuff crust it. Um, but yeah, that just little bit of crunch on the outside, that soft flakiness on the inside, just and of course, I'm a cheater. I do what Papa John's done. I do the little cups of butter sauce or the melted cheese sauce and send it out with the pizzas and stuff. People like that. People like that. Yeah, I went to campsite and they had brick oven right there on the site. Fresh ingredients, can't go wrong. Should grow a garden, herbs, and using pizzas. I and see, I'm going to do the herb garden thing. I am going to grow herbs out back at the restaurant inside the enclosed area, inside the privacy fence. But a lot of my fresh vegetables and herbs up until then, well, all of my fresh vegetables are going to come from a local farmers market and stuff, and so I know they're fresh. I know they're fresh, and all I got to do is take a trip out there, or make a phone call, because when you order from a company and you get a whole bag of bell peppers or a whole bag of onions or something like that, there's a good possibility that about 15% is going to be bad before you use them. Where I don't have to order 25 pounds at a time. I can just take a trip a mile down the road and there's my fresh veggies. I can take a trip for 2 blocks and there's all my fresh meat, my flour, everything already custom cut for me. So, um, brick, watch Townsend's, and do earthens. That's more of the style that I want to do, as an earthen oven, a beehive oven. Those things work wonderfully for pizza or any kind of bakery goods and things like that. It's absolutely amazing. Casey's Pizza, not too awful bad. Not too awful bad. I watched that one, Tony. Everything he cooks looks great. I find that a pizza place changes from locations and its taste. Most here ran by Indian people. And see, I'm trying to get away from that. Sounds good. How did I learn to cook pizza? Um, Very first pizza place I ever worked at was a Pizza Hut, and that developed my love of making pizza at home. Um, and then I moved to Texas, and I managed a pizza place in Texas, and I introduced them to calzones. They let me play with the dough recipe to add different herbs and spices and stuff, um, different cheeses to the dough itself, and people loved it. So then I introduced the calzone to them because they had no idea what a calzone was down there, and we had the large rotating stone oven, 4 level, so I could fit like 16 pizzas in there at a time, or I could fit 30 calzones in there. And people loved the calzones. I mean, they were coming in ordering 7, 8, 9 calzones and just having them sitting down the table, and just everybody cutting off what they wanted. And it was, yeah, it was nice. And then I just learned to start adapting. And when I started tossing dough, that's when it became fun, because then I had a lot of people that were coming in because they liked watching their pizza be made. It wasn't rolled out, it wasn't panned out by hand. It was actually tossed, and they would laugh at me just like they do now, wearing a black chef's coat and everything, and making a pizza. And then I look like I just came inside from a snowstorm. I got flour all over my face, up my arms, all over my, so. Good morning, Stephen. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good today. Love pizza, could eat it every day. Dude, there's so many versions. There's so many variations of how to make a pizza. A sausage pizza, pepperoni pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, Philly steak and cheese pizza, chicken parmesan pizza. There's just so many variations. A Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, I know pineapple don't go on a frickin' pizza. I agree. But, taco pizza. I made one of those the other day. The people flippin' loved it. I actually used salsa for the pizza sauce, and then put the ground beef all over it and everything. I put a mix between mozzarella cheese and Mexican cheese on it, baked it, and then I came back and I put the lettuce and the chopped tomatoes and the sour cream and more salsa and stuff like that on it. They tore that sucker up. Tore it up. Don't come to Canada if you want to get away. Pfft. Wait, what's that? Mellow Mushroom has really good pizza. I had some when I went to Tennessee. Ah, okay. Pizza Hut, Pizza, Domino's, Pizzaville, Pizza Nova are the top chain ones here. Huh. Stromboli's. I should have said the Heritage Seeds. Always bought a fair few. Looking at the spot on his face. It keeps moving. Do I have a spot? Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a, look, where's that? There it is. I'm going to start tomatoes and peppers this weekend. Bah, I like Hawaiian pizza. Best wine I had was in Cuba. My lemon trees start producing this year. I like pepperoni pineapple. I kind of don't mind him and pineapple pizza. Like I can eat one piece, can't sit there and eat more than one. Like burnt pizza, ooh no. Like well cooked. I like it soft, not hard and crisp. Yeah, I'm the same way. You can see the light. The one pizza place near me has a pizza with Hershey's chocolate swirl on top, which is, kind of like the deal that I want to do once we, get everything going and get the dining room set up. I'm going to do the lunch buffet, and it's going to have like three or four different pizzas on it, then a couple um, dessert pizzas. And one of the dessert pieces I'm going to do is an apple cinnamon with a sweet glaze across the top of it on a graham cracker crust, and or a sweet bread crust, I mean. And the other one I'm going to do is a chocolate covered strawberry pizza. So yeah, it's actually going to have the chopped strawberries all over the top with the strawberry glaze, and then I'm going to swirl milk chocolate one direction and white chocolate the other direction. And yeah, either Papa John's or Pizza Hut has a hot honey pizza that I wouldn't mind trying. See, I can get hot honey. I have hot honey at the bar right now, and I can do a chicken or steak hot honey. So it's that hot honey is actually good. You said Hawaiian pizza. So what happened in Hawaii? They got burnt, right? So Cinnabon minis from Pizza Hut, guilty pleasure. Pizza Nova up here, sir, does a honey sizzler. Oh, that was a long way around. Pump handle joke. Oh, just portions that weren't rich. Yeah, exactly. There's a bakery around here someplace that does dessert pizzas. I always like dessert pizzas, and I personally, if anybody listens in on this live stream in the near future that has any kind of association with CC's Pizza, thank you. You gave me the idea for the lunch buffet, um, but I'm not greedy, and I'm not going to charge an arm and a leg to bring your family in to eat because I know that quantity is a good thing. And, charging 13 or $14 to sit down and eat for lunch for pizza is pretty damn ridiculous. So we're going to charge $10.99 all you can eat. And like I said, we're going to have a cheese, a sausage, a pepperoni, and then like a meat lovers or a supreme, or we'll switch them out, a little bit here and there, and then we'll have the two dessert pizzas. So thank you very much, CC's Pizza, for moving out of my direct vicinity. Our nearest CC's Pizza is now in Indianapolis. They closed the one in South Bend. Um, Thank you, because now I will have the only pizza buffet north of Indianapolis. And if you want to drive a 6 hour round trip to go out and eat a pizza buffet, you got more dollars and cents. Loan me some. Oh, sad they're being denied insurance, no help from local authorities, land grab, pretty much sad. I love fruit pizza. If it's good pizza, there ain't room for dessert. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Those are great for breakfast and brunch. Always room for dessert as long as you start with it. Now, one other thing, that I've thought about doing in the future, and it just depends on, how big of an operation I want to have and things like that. But They we have a gas station here that has made pizza for years, and they just sold it recently, so now it's starting to suck. Um, that they're trying to cut cost and use cheaper product, and a lot of people have said they just won't even order their pizza anymore. But they've got a large steam case where you can get like fried chicken and mojos and stuff. In the morning time, they sell like the little tater rounds and everything, but they also sell a breakfast pizza, and they have got it's a nice flaky, soft crust, and then they use like sausage gravy for the pizza sauce, and they chop onions and bell peppers, and they do one with bacon, and then they do one with sausage, and put sprinkle the cheese over the top of it and everything, bake it. But I ain't gonna pay $9 for a slice of frickin' pizza. You have a total of you know a dollar and 50 cents worth of product on that thing. I am not gonna 900 times almost the cost of that of a product, or not 9 times, 10 times the cost of it, 9 times the cost of it. No, I'm not going to do it. I can do the same exact pizza and sell it for $4.99, and I'm going to take all their business. It don't take a brainchild to know how to undercut greed. We had a CC's Pizza years ago, but sadly it shut down. Generally, I am not into pizza. Ate too much of it when I was a kid growing up. Not a fan of sausage gravy. Dude, Deb, you need to try my wife's sausage gravy. I got burnt out on sausage gravy when I was young because Mom made it all the time. And Steph, oh my God, she makes it from scratch right there in the cast iron skillet. And then she hand makes our biscuits and stuff. Of course, I'm a fat dude. I enjoy eating. So, I've always got some eggs, over medium, slop there, gravy all over the whole freaking mess, maybe some hash browns or fried taters or something like that. And I'm just here to say, if you come to my house and eat, or, as an extension, you come to, Papaw's and eat, and you walk away hungry, it's your fault. Because I'm going to have the stuff laid in front of you to eat. So if you walk away hungry and not satisfied, that's your own damn fault. Oh, shit. Dropped my cigar butt down ashes. Now it's going to taste like somebody's asshole. Asshole. Can't go wrong with sausage gravy. Want a treat? Try that same gravy with bacon instead of sausage. Yeah. Can't go wrong with bacon. It's its own natural food group, guys. You can't go wrong with bacon. I'm actually thinking about working on a pizza that, you know, I just got to come up with a name. I really kind of want to call it the pig, or the whole pig or something like that, but have, pepperoni, sausage, ham, bacon, just everything on it. And I mean, if it comes from a pig and it's chopped up fine, it'll go on a pizza. I love breakfast mash. New Orleans when I was there: egg, sausage, bacon, onions, peppers, spices. Reason to go back for. We do a breakfast scramble here, And again, I do mine different at camp than she does here at home. But it's got the eggs, it's got hash browns, it's got sausage, it's got bacon, um, onions, peppers. Uh, my God! And then it's kind of put together like a lasagna, but that sucker's always a hit. Buttery and drippy. Uh, she does real good on that. Which is why the jelly roll don't go away. So I mean, but much like they've said many many times, never trust a skinny chef. So there you go. In New Orleans, every restaurant is a treat. And I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. I've been by the north section of town, going down 10, but I've never had the time to stop in New Orleans, and I've always wanted to. But I did find out last night that there's a deal that goes on in New Orleans, a deal that goes on in Las Vegas every year called the Pizza Expo, and usually 500 vendors with brand new pizza recipes and things to try. They have dough tossing competitions and shows and new products that are being developed. 2018, they were actually demonstrating a pizza robot where everything is conveyed, and I mean the sauce is applied by machine. The people put on all the product, and then this robot comes down and scoops the pizza up, turns, puts it in the oven, and then turns it as it's cooking. And then another arm, another appendage comes down and slides as the conveyor's coming through. The pizza slides onto this huge paddle, and it spins back around and puts it down here and moves out of the way. And this big press comes down, and it's got like 6 blades on it, and just whoosh, cuts the pizza, slides it right into the box. Then you close the box and hand it out. Takes the human nature out of pizza. I mean, it's cool to watch, but it takes that human element out, that little bit of extra love that, like I put in my pizzas. I make pizzas for my customers like I make for my family. And I tried to sell my 9-pound pizza idea to Pizza Hut 25 years ago. And it's actually made in 2 9x12 cake pans. And it is literally, it goes to the top of the cake pan. Each piece is about 4.5 by 4. I have known big dudes, bigger than me, that could only eat 2 pieces and they were done. Let me see here. Every time I was in New Orleans, I was so drunk. I've been twice, 6 months after Katrina, 10 months after. Last time I was there, it was 80. They have pizza restaurants in Japan. Yes, they do. Korea as well is real big on pizzas. They have a restaurant chain over there called Mr. Pizza. And it's amazing some of the things they do. See you later, Sarah. Have a good evening, honey, or a good day, and we'll catch you later. Homemade pizza always better than any pizza place. And see, that's why I do it like I do it, Dev. I make my pizzas at work like I make them at home. They've got that same piece of me, that same love that I make, and that's why my customer base is so kind and happy, is because they get a homemade pizza going out. What country you can get a date for the day out of a vending machine? It's true. Get anything from a vending machine. That's that's very true as well. You can get anything out of a vending machine there. Which I'll never understand, but okay. Inc- Including used women's underwear. Oh my God. Yummy. Boy, did we go from one extreme to the next with that statement. Went from pizza to used women's underwear. Saw this YouTube channel, a store/mall, nothing but vending machines. That's kind of cool. Truth is what it is. It very true. And I didn't say any of it. You know, that's actually true, Tony. That's actually true. For the first time in the history of our relationship, for the first time in the history of you being on my live streams, the brakes on that bus were slammed. Everybody flew up and hit the windshield, and it wasn't you that did it. I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm shocked, but I'm proud. I asked about the unit underwear. It's no good without the woman in them to take out. Most most of the underwear is worn by men. Apparently, it's the Japanese. They enjoy it minus the women. Boy, wow. The brakes didn't just get slammed on that bus. Literally, the bus driver just Tokyo drifted that bus a complete 180, flung everybody over against this wall on the bus, and took off the other direction. Thank you, freedom. Wow. It's the prize, 3/4 to 1 ratio. They also have museums of naked women. And that's true too. Fetish, Tony in Japan, China, for no women, they into boys and girls more. Yeah, I'll never get that. I'll never get that. But then again, it is not my place to talk about what other cultures are into. Um, so, or girl boys. Yeah, those two. But I don't criticize anybody. The way I look at it, if if they're doing wrong, ultimately one time or another in the future, they're going to pay for it. If it's not wrong, then they're not. It is not my job to judge them on my beliefs on how it should be. Oh man, um, I am going to end this at 9:30, guys, because I have to be at work at 10 um, on the dot. Because I don't know when this supplier is going to show up with the right product that they botched up our order on yesterday. So we got about 11 minutes left. I have a wife, 4 daughters. I'm acclimated to females. One child law. They just removed. Girls were left to die, and then if so, the name would carry on. Um, well, don't forget too that back in the old days, when the one child law was in effect, that if your wife got pregnant a second time, that you would make her carry the baby for 9 months, then you would just take the baby out and you'd throw it in the well. Or you'd tie a rock to it and drop it in the well or throw it in the river, whatever the case may be. The same with having a child with some kind of defect. Or having a daughter. If you wanted sons, you would just keep throwing your baby in the river until you had a son. And then after that, you were throwing them in there because you already had your one child. So, I mean, Catahoula breeders will kill off puppies that weren't Merle. Nothing against them, just what is due to their culture. Yeah. And you see, that's a huge thing, is those cultural beliefs and stuff like that. I mean, don't forget, we live in a country where up until what, 75 years ago, 80 years ago, we took children that were not all there, and we stuck them in great big asylums, you know, with 3 or 4 or 500 other kids, and pedophiles working as nurses and stuff like that. So and forgot about them. So I mean, who knows? I just never had room for any of that stuff in my life. But with ratio 3 to 4 males to 1 female, they find other ways to express themselves, hence hentai. Yep, great big huge alien plants invading the basement of high schools and doing very weird looking phallic ends on their stems that do nasty things to high school girls. Wow. And that's normal animated entertainment. I wanted 4 females to me. That is one blood kin that wasn't blood kin to. Yeah. Uh-huh. Welcome to the world. May God have mercy on our souls. Oh, man. Like I said in the beginning, guys, and I've talked a little bit about it through the heart of the live stream, I did find an investor He looks like he's going to pull through with Papal's Pizza. We are going to get it set up. Um, I am currently, working on developing a second channel. So when we do get the place opened and when we're experimenting with the dough and stuff like that to get everything exactly where it should be, I'll be posting those videos, doing the live streams, things like that on the other channel. But I am throwing up the whole donation thing right now because the Living History Trade Show is coming up here in a couple of weeks in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and they have got some incredible knife makers that come in there. And they do make custom Damascus and carbon steel knife sets for chefs and things. And I'm looking to get a nice knife set that, of course, will be shown in all the videos, will be used on a regular basis at the because I figure I can either spend $200 on a real nice knife set that's custom made properly by a blacksmith, or I can go to these restaurant places and buy crap stainless steel knives that need to be sharpened every 2 hours and are going to cost me $100 a piece. So, I mean, really kind of makes more sense to spend more money up front than and have 8 knives than spending $100 a piece for one knife that never holds an edge. So let me see here. Well, have to head out. Work needs me. Figures the story of my life. Peace be with you. You too, Templar. We're getting ready to head out of here in about 4 minutes or so. So they need you at the right time. But you take care, my friend. Much love to you. Peace. And we will catch you Monday. Oh, yeah. For those of you that I have no way to make my own knives, Tony. I don't. Believe me, if I did, I would. But for those of you that actually wasn't here earlier, this is the logo. I mean, you look at that cute little white goatee and no hair and stuff like that. That is the logo. Then down here at the bottom, it will actually say Papal's Pizza. So that's going to be on all of our boxes. It's going to be on the T-shirts we sell. It's going to be on my chef's coat, like right here, and then of course be outside on the sign. So freedom, you take care too, love, and have a good weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. Same fat time, same fat channel. My study vacation is over today. It's time to start studying for my extra license. Awesome. Almost always around, just lurking in the background. I never said there was a law against lurking. I believe in a lurk-free zone. Because I do it myself. A lot of times I'm sitting here working on videos and I pull up a live stream or something on the computer and I'm just listening to it. If they start talking about something I know something about, I might chime in and say, hi. And a lot of times, if they're talking about something I have no idea what they're talking about, I should listen to it. Background noise. I should ship that thing this weekend. I do have to go get food. All right, Tony, that's cool. That's cool. Just let me know, and above all else, let me know how long they say, so then I can add a day or two to it, so I'm not, jumping at every noise I hear at the front door. So, like I said, I don't want to set it out front. We've never had a problem with porch pirates before, but I don't want that special of a package to be the first instance that we do have. See here. Drew's like Jack in the Box waiting on that package. Drew's just really afraid that, if somebody sees this, a big package arrive and they know no one's here, that, somebody with sticky fingers might actually get a hold of it. Not to mention, we have some really young kids here in the neighborhood that like to come on the property, and I'm trying to be a decent neighbor, but, not, not be Captain Wienerhead and scream at them about coming on our property, because they're little kids. They like to run and play. We live in town, so, there's not a lot for the kids to do. So, I don't know. We'll just, it isn't overly big. It's big enough. Too big to carry on a regular basis. So, or, too big to carry every day, I should say. So, 16 by 18 by 4. Oh, yeah, that's good. It'll be babied. I'll figure out how to hang her right back here somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. So, real quick, guys, Sunday, we got the video coming up on Sunday. That is Forgotten Beauties from Entertainment's Past. That's going to cover some of the beautiful women that, were performing on stage during the latter part of the 19th century, and stage performers and silent film actresses and stuff from the early 20th century. Tuesday's video coming out, we'll talk about that on Monday. I got to finish that one. This is going to be good. It's going to be a good video. Red Dead, let's just say Red Dead Redemption is not the only video game that reached into history for a basis of the game. And the one that I found is going to blow you away. I promise it. So, but it's that time, guys. I'm actually behind by almost 2 minutes. I have to, I got to get myself ready for work. I got to leave here in less than 15 minutes. So, that's it for today. We will be back here Monday morning, 8 a.m., hopefully without camera troubles this time. And we'll do this again. Hopefully Monday it can be a full stream. So you guys all have a great weekend. Have a good day. And peace and grease, y'all. Peace and grease. You guys all have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. And we'll see y'all in a couple of days. Take care.